All right. So my name is Victoria. I'm the founder and CEO of Value Global, and I'll be your guide for the next 4 weeks. And by the 5th week, we're going to have some speakers who are going to share how they were able to land job opportunities in the crypto space. Because the essence of this Web3 Valuedemy is like an academy to show you the opportunities that are available in the crypto space. Now, the crypto space is a very vast world, and it's becoming even much more vast as the day passes by. And trading is not the only way you can earn. You can earn from crypto. You can also earn by building careers in crypto. There's so many persons who have jobs in this space and they don't even trade. They make lots of money in stable coins. And if you look at the way the economy is, you will see that there's some sort of advantage for earning in dollars more than earning in your local currency. I know that we have like a mixed nationality here. It's not just Nigerians that are here. I think we have a couple of persons from like South Africa in our midst. So in these coming days, I'm going to be updating us on which day the classes are going to hold, because we have 2 concurrent classes running. We have the Value Dev Africa. They're having their boot camp. They're learning what it takes to build on Solana. And then this is going to focus on the basis of crypto. Now, why are we doing this class? Why are we teaching you this? Now, my experience with people who have been in this crypto space is that they've always encountered the wrongest narrative. Many persons think that crypto is a place to come and do Ponzi scheme. Not like some people don't create Ponzi schemes from crypto, but then they think it's a place where you just put your money and your money just do fiam, and then it has gone up and you're rich overnight. And this makes them not to do adequate risk management or portfolio management, or do the necessary things, or go for the necessary knowledge that they are supposed to get. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing this class. And we're going to make recordings of this class. I'm going to expose you to different tools in this space. In fact, between 2019 and to date, this space has so evolved that we have many more blockchains, many more exchanges, many more applications, and all of that. So I'm going to try as much as possible to expose you guys to it, at least give you the fundamental experience that will help you to access all that subsequent knowledge or information that will help you to make the best out of the crypto space. Whenever I see people talk bad about the crypto space, I just know that they're saying it from a place of ignorance. They're just talking about saying from a place of ignorance. It's just like somebody talking bad about maybe the stock market or the forex market. I can't really say much about those markets because I'm not knowledgeable about them, right? The people that trade those markets and they're profitable. So that's that. So we're going to do everything from intro to crypto, understand some technologies, how to use DEXs, that's centralized exchanges, what are the security measures you should take if you are new to this space, what are the first things you should look out for, what are the scam methods, because people are scamming people, even myself like this, that I've been in this space for all this while, I've escaped scams over and over again. And sometimes they look, you won't even see it, right? In fact, somebody was sharing an experience the other day on X. Person was sharing an experience that he had, because these people came to him like they were offering him a job. They came to him offering him a job. It's a game in the crypto space, and they wanted him to build out the game. They shared their ideas about the game. It looked really legit until they told this guy to install the app for the game on his laptop. Now, the guy was like, normal him, he's user very security conscious. So he created a different environment on his laptop, a virtual environment on his laptop, and then loaded up the game, because They didn't come like they wanted him to see, okay, look at the game more, see how it is, and then tell us what to think so that so you know where you come in and all of that. So when he got to a point in on uploading the game to his laptop, he got stuck and team was demanding for him to put in some information and all of that. So he went back to this team and told them that, hey, see what this thing is saying. They told him to use another laptop. So at this point in time, I think he wasn't even like overly suspicious until he used another laptop and set up the same thing again. And since it happened again, that was when they blocked him from everywhere and deleted all the messages, deleted all the Telegram chats and all of that. That was when it dawned on him that he would have lost all his money if he wasn't, because normal him used to use like that virtual environment he created protected his laptop from being hacked from whatever it is that they set up, and him not using frequently used passwords. He used a different password entirely to launch that application on his laptop. So they ended up not stealing from him. So these are like so many things that you're going to be exposed to. Now, some people say, maybe this crypto space is too dangerous or it's too risky. My dear, there is no every money you want to make has some level of risk attached to it, right? High risk, high reward. But there's a way you can still play low risk in this space and still earn a lot of reward. Trust me, crypto has blessed me more than any industry. I'm a preacher of crypto because it has made my life much more easier. It has paid me more based on my skills. A Nigerian client can come the same service that a Nigerian client will pay me maybe 10,000 naira for. A client in the crypto space can pay me $50 for it, and that's like 5 times what a Nigerian client would have paid. This is not like talk down Nigerian client, but this is to tell you it's much more rewarding if you know what you're doing in this space. And I'm glad that I have a trail of testimonials of people who have been here and walked this walk with me and have learned a thing or two and are using what they've learned so far to come this far. So that's that for introduction. So before I do the official introduction of this crypto space, I want to hear from us, like, what was your first experience from crypto? Like the first time you heard crypto, the first time you encountered crypto, what did you can unmute yourself and reply. What did you what came to your mind, or what did you expect for people around you? So you can talk. Anybody can unmute his or herself and talk. What am I?
Okay, ma. The first time I heard about crypto, I wasn't so much interested because I felt it's just one of these Ponzi schemes.
Yeah, that's it's not new. Don't worry. I'm going to give you guys like a summary of my own story too. I had similar experience. Who else wants to go? Daniel, Safesor, Frank, Gloria, Emmanuel, either of the two Emmanuels, Vance. Like, what was the first experience? Like when you first heard about crypto, what came up into your mind? What was the experience like, and all of that?
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, so when I heard about crypto, okay, then it was during the COVID-19 period, so I wanted to, get a skill, learn something different. So, well, I think the first time I heard about it, I was not just interested. Reasons best knows to me at that time because I didn't just know why. I couldn't give a reason, but I was like, okay, I was not really interested because probably I didn't understand it, but when it had to reoccur to me again that when somebody brought it up to me again, so I was like, okay, let me give it a try, and that was the time I messaged you. So I just had a bias about reason for no reason, and I know many people are in that trap, but with time they will get out of it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Caspi. Caspi is he owns a community like this too, and it's into crypto education. So if for him to tell you that he had a bias before, and now he's now a preacher of crypto, you now know that that bias has been dealt with. Thank you, Mr. Casfate. Any person want to share their experience, their first impression, first experience with crypto, and Emmanuel.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
Okay, okay, the first time I heard, sincerely, I thought it's all this Ponzi scheme. They have come again, MMM. They have come to scam people. Which one? Is this the new trend? Is this how they have come to scam us? But I think the thing stayed true, and then I think I had some friends that are like Pastor Izu, Jennifer. Then they were all talking about Value Corp, and then majorly I now got to know about the crypto jobs. Then I came to Value Corp that when I now did the full course, and I saw that this thing actually is now Ponzi. And then you were sharing testimonies of people who are actually working. So this thing is not Ponzi. This one you are working. If you're not serious, it's on your own. So I think the whole thing built conviction. And then I was seeing results. And all that. So at first, I didn't see it as something that is legit. I didn't see it as something that is serious. I just saw something like a phase where some people just want to come and carry people's money and go. So that's
Thank you, Onyekachi. Yeah, so Emmanuel is one of those people too that I can say, okay, yeah, I became believers because it's believer of crypto believer, not Christian believer per se. Because of like he said, the proof he saw around him. All right, another person wants to go. Okay, fine. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen, and let me do that. Okay. So you guys should tell me if you can see this. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see CoinMarketCap?
yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. In fact, this is like the first time I'm doing this since 2020. I think it was lockdown time that I gave time to do a lot of intros to crypto and all of that before I now decided to face careers in crypto fully. So this is going to be like a very interactive class. If you have questions and if you want me to go back on anything, just let me know, because we are at the beginning of the bull market. What's the bull market? The bull market is a period in the crypto space. It's not just in the crypto space, really. It also happens in the stock market, in the forex market. In fact, right now, the Nigerian stock market is actually picking up, lots of profits. So many people who invest in some Nigerian stocks have been seeing like two times investment, all of those things. So generally, the market in the world is experiencing the beginning of a bull market. But then the difference with crypto is that crypto is the newest out of all these markets. It's newer. It's younger than forex market. It's younger than stock market. And when it comes to the total value of the market, crypto is just barely at $1.6 trillion, while the stock market is like in hundreds of trillions of dollars. So the bull market is a period whereby you have chance of you making profits. Loss of profits is super high because the confidence of investors too are high, and then the rich people of this world are bringing in their money. So it sort of encourages the average person to say, okay, since this big company is having the courage to invest in this thing, so we too that are like the average person can also invest. So the investor confidence is really high, and it happens in seasons. And this season is going to last till October next year. At most October next year. So whatever investment you're looking at, so you should be looking at taking your profits starting from next year. That's what you should be looking at. Maybe I'm going to do 1 or 2 recommendations for you guys for some tokens you can buy like if you really believe in holding. I'm a believer in holding. I'm a believer in. I don't like chasing. I don't like chasing. This is my personal principle. I'm going to tell you why it's my personal principle. I don't like chasing flashy stuff, because that's really the beginning of hot tears when it goes south. Unless you have a lot of money to throw away, then you can chase those flashy stuff. So starting off, this is CoinMarketCap for anyone who's wondering what this is. Now we have platforms like this, but CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, they are the top platforms where you can easily search for listed cryptocurrencies. But before I get here, what is crypto? What exactly is crypto? Like, why is it? That's one of the things I did for myself. We have a lot of persons who come into this space and they don't go for education. They just want to buy. And they don't even know what they're buying, why they're even buying what they're buying. But as God may have it, I didn't start that way. I had education first. I had the privilege of having access to someone who gave me education first, who gave me lots of books, lots of videos, and I had to understand the fundamental first before I even got into buying anything. And then before I even got into realize that, career is even better safe. More career has less headache than all this, than buying. So I was not buying from a place of I'm not relaxed. If I want to buy, I'm not more relaxed than just buying and then having high BP up and down, because I'm waiting for my tokens to yield profits. So how did crypto come here? Now, crypto didn't just fall out of nowhere. Whether we like it or yes, crypto was eventually going to happen. So now, how did crypto get here? Crypto is the next evolution of money. In fact, Bitcoin is the next evolution of money. I like to always start from the history of money, because the history of money, if you read this history of money, it's going to bring you all the way back to Bitcoin. From the time of the first human being who stayed on this earth, the first type of currency they had was what? Trade by barter. It was trade by barter. And hope you guys can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Am I too fast?
We can hear you, man.
Okay. So it was trade by barter. That was like the first form of currency people ever had. You have yam, I have beans, you simply exchange, whatever you have, and then what I need, I just come to you and we exchange. But then if you look at that form of currency, there are a lot of problems with it. You can't store it. Storage value is really low. How long can you store yam? How long can you store beans? You can't store them for a long period of time. And they are in seasons too. They are in seasons. So form of money had to evolve into things like cowries, gold, silver. It became a level of money. If you have gold and silver, you're like very, very rich person. And then if you have like cowries, so like regular payments, people were paying for people's dowry, like in bags of cowries. Just give me 10 bags of cowries for my daughter's had been married. But then that form of currency too had its challenges, in the sense that they were very hard to transport. Transporting them from one place to the other was really, very, really hard. And then we didn't have all these like transportations back then, where we didn't really have cars. It was mostly, if you want to travel to any far place, you use ship. So people were using ship to transport gold and silver and all of those things. And they had four-legged animals as transportation means of transportation at the time. There wasn't like cars and stuff. So it was at this point that I think the first official legal tender, that's paper currency, started off in Asia. So the countries of the world decided like, okay, each country is going to have their own legal tender. Like Nigeria has Naira, America has the US dollar, Canada has the Canadian dollar, we have the yuan, the Chinese yuan, we have, all those different currencies across the world. But then that also posed a challenge, because each of these countries now had what they call central banks of their country. We have Central Bank of the United States, Central Bank of Nigeria, Central Bank of Ghana, Central Bank of everywhere. that controls the printing of money, regulation of money, how much of money flows into the system, and all of those things. But that means that money was no longer, like, the value of money is not dependent on the country that's issuing it. For example, now, if I don't come to Ghana, I cannot just use my Naira in Ghana again. Not like in the past, whereby gold is gold everywhere, cowrie is cowrie everywhere, silver is silver everywhere. So now, if I not come to Ghana now, I have to change my currency to that. It's just like what happened to me when I went to Kenya. Like, I did change my money in Nigeria. I don't know who sent me, said. I did change my money in Nigeria. And by the time I got to Kenya, it was already midnight. It was around 1 a.m. When I got to the airport. And thanks be to God, one of my co-workers, because it was a work travel. One of my co-workers came to pick me up there, and he had already converted his money to, the Kenya shillings, and I was able to pay for my cab fare back to the hotel. So it was from there now I started like doing some small conversions to either, because they were using either the Kenya shillings or the dollar there. So please don't be like me, like stubbornly did not change their money from Nigeria. Imagine being stranded in a foreign land just because I got there really late and all the foreign exchanges had already closed. So that you see the challenge now. Because of, imagine if they accept Bitcoin, it wouldn't have been a challenge, really. And then, most of the money, like, we're in the hands of like centralized authorities. In fact, they can decide that money will not flow to a particular part of the world, and it won't flow to that place. And those people will be suffering, going through a lot of poverty. At least even really happened in some part of Africa, whereby there was a limited supply to that part of Africa, and they were going through a lot of poverty at the time until some missionaries came in and intervened and all of that. This is all because of what? Central authority around money. Sorry for all my long story, but I like to give context to stuff because it's going to really help you a lot, give you understand why these things are here and why crypto is not going anywhere. Crypto is not going anywhere, just to settle that in your head. But we're going to have a lot of evolution happening in the crypto space, and information is your greatest tool in this space. Actually, down to the profit you're going to make, down to the careers you're going to get, information is going to be your greatest tool, and this information keeps evolving. So if you're not updated, trust me, don't be like me, because I spent I think between 2021 and 2022, I felt lost at some point because I was then I just got married, and I was still like, I just stayed off a lot of things, and only for me to come back and I realized, like, wow, in just a few months, there were so many new things out there, so many new narratives, and I felt I had to start playing catch up, and it wasn't simple, it wasn't easy, because the more I tried to catch up, the more the ecosystem was like moving faster than me. But somehow here we are, and I feel like I've synced myself to everything. I've synced myself to everything that's happening. So information is your greatest tool. I'm saying this thing because many people expect things to work by their expectation. They just expect things to work out the way they feel. Things don't work out the way they feel. Things work by principle and by process. So you have to always find out, how does this thing work, and then you align yourself to it, instead of maybe buying a bag of rubbish and then you now be waiting, hoping that it will not make you rich overnight. It doesn't work that way. There are principles and rules and all of that, that associate with all of these things that make them actually profit you in the long run. That's why that's why you should be part of communities. Don't just be in Valley Cup or this thing. Be part of communities of projects. Now I'm talking about communities of projects and all of those things, or communities and ecosystems. So we're going to get into all of that much later when we start looking at different ecosystems in the crypto, especially the ones that have to do with the current bull market. So back to my story of how we got here. So Satoshi Nakamoto is a hypothetical, we don't know whether it's his real name or it's a fake name, or it's one person or multiple persons. But Satoshi Nakamoto, if you read the Bitcoin, I think that's going to be our first assignment. I'm going to give a lot of assignments in this class, so please do the assignments, because like I told people in dev class, I might have a gift for somebody at the end of this series. I might have a gift for somebody, the most consistent person, the better submitted the most assignments, all those kind of things. So at the end of this series, so please do the assignments for your own good, just like you do assignment in your school, and it's for your own good at the end of the day. It's not really to please me, but it's going to expose you to stuff. So the first assignment is going to be this Bitcoin white paper. I'm going to share the document. You're going to read the white paper and tell me what stood out for you in the white paper. Skip all the technical jargon or anything, just go through it and pick out what makes sense to you, and then share in the group. Now, because the answers, you don't know whether your neighbor's answer is the right one, so feel free to share it in the group. And if anybody copies the answer, it's going to be very obvious. Yeah, so Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin didn't really, the technology behind Bitcoin is called the blockchain technology. And in that blockchain technology, we have what they call cryptography. Now, the cryptography itself didn't really come into limelight in that 2009. But 2009 was the first time. 2008 was when the Bitcoin white paper came out. That is, what's the white paper? A white paper is a technical documentation of a project. It's like a place where you see all the details. What do we plan to do with this project? What value will the project bring? And all of those stuff. Hope you guys are still with me. And I'm talking plenty, but I hope you're already getting some like story, juice, and all of those things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
don't forget to share the info, invite your friends. Like, this is a free class. I'm not even charging Shimbai for this thing at all. So don't share with everybody, who you feel like they have the most wrongest notion about the crypto space, so they can learn and find out why they should be a part of this evolution. Yeah, so Bitcoin, cryptography as a technology has actually been here for centuries. In fact, I think the first time any form of encrypted message happened was in the time of, I think it was, what's the name of, was it Julius Caesar? They were trying to pass information to their armies and stuff. So that's encrypt messages to send it across. So that was like when, so it was in those olden days, tech have always existed, but in their own forms. Egypt was one of the places where they were form of different kind of technologies that came out and then evolved over the years and stuff. So, but then over time, Satoshi came and said, we need a decentralized money. We need a kind of money that will make sense in the US, make sense in Africa, make sense in Australia, and the common man can have access to it. Because check it now. Imagine a world without crypto. Every time I think about it, I'm like, I know how crypto has changed my life. I know things I've been able to afford just because I got a job in crypto, or just because I had an airdrop. I remember how just right after my wedding, and then I had the YDS airdrop, just like that. Just rewarded people with airdrops, and I was like, wow, what a wedding gift. Stuff like that. It only happens in the crypto space. Where the opportunities are endless. You can push yourself for opportunities, and life is just a bit easier, a bit sweeter and stuff. It can't happen in the regular traditional market, because I'm not saying that there are not people that control these crypto markets. I'm just saying that the possibilities are easier to access for the average person. The average person can just stay one day just because you are doing one small on-chain activities, and then boom, you get rewarded. The crypto space is a place of reward. You are rewarded for what you do. And stuff. So, projects find it very easy to reward their most active users. That's one beautiful thing about the crypto space. So Bitcoin, Satoshi then said, okay, Bitcoin, let's do this. Let's launch something that's going to benefit everybody, especially the average person. Even if you're in the village, even if you're in a country, when people say crypto is not really accepted in a particular part of the world, right? In a way, it might be true. But it's not completely true, because we have the internet. As long as you have access to the internet, you can have access to some of these things. It's just that your country might not be regulating it. Just like when we had all this drama with the Nigerian government and crypto and all of that. They had their drama before they had to resolve their differences recently and said, okay, we can now use crypto. But if you're a crypto company, come and register, come and pay this amount of money to register your company and all of those things. And then the Nigerian government now is launching their own crypto. They've launched INARA, and they want to launch CNGN. they're launching another crypto for themselves, CNGN. So, but even in the midst of all those back and forth, people were still doing their stuff. P2P was still running, people were still buying and selling crypto, even though, in quotes, the government was not like really in support of it. So what I'm saying is the internet gives us a lot of advantage, even if you're in a place that have a lot of restrictions. If you have internet access, there are some things you can still have access to. The only limitation might be that the platform, if you're using a centralized platform, most likely the platform might lock you out because you're from a particular country. Let's take, for example, now, Binance US was built specifically for the US, people in the US. And there are some things that are not there. There's in the general Binance platform. So because the centralized platform is, you can, but then if we are dealing with the centralized platform, that is the one that, anyway, we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to show you all of that. And let me not digress too much. Okay, so that's how we have Bitcoin today. Satoshi launched Bitcoin, and then we have Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was worth less than $1 back in 2009. Now, let me see if I can get the history of Bitcoin story, the timeline. So you see, or even the price changes. So you see how the price has changed over time. You see how the price has changed over time. So, yeah, this is the wiki's, sorry. Let me see if I can get time change, historical price and events, yeah. So, now this is all of it. I see now, from 2010, this is it. This is the price, what the price has been doing. Now, can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
Hope I'm not too fast for you guys. Can you see what I'm showing you?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay, so now as of 2010, this was July 17th, July 2010. The price of one Bitcoin was 0.05. Just imagine. I mean, 2017. Was it? Okay, no. Am I correct? Okay, no. This was 2000 and what is this now? This is 2012. It was around 2012. Okay. I want to be sure that the middle one is the year. So now, this was even before it was officially launched. Since 2009, it was 0.06. Imagine if you bought this coin at that time. Of course, you can only imagine. Now, anybody remember the pizza story? The 10 pizza. The person that exchanged his Bitcoin for 10 pizza to buy pizza for his daughter. Can anybody remember the story? We celebrate the day in crypto space. Bitcoin Pizza Day. Anybody remember the story? Was it me too, Lord? Okay, about say he remembers the story. Yeah, so now someone wanted to buy pizza for his daughter, and he exchanged his Bitcoin. I think that was how many Bitcoins? Was 10 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoins for 10 pizza, and that became a historical event in the crypto space, whereby I celebrate Bitcoin Pizza Day to remember the man that gave away his Bitcoin just for pizza. But it was experimental actually to show that you can exchange value with Bitcoin. Now look at the price change over time. See, the price began to move. It got to $1. See, when it got to $1, $1.6 in 2000, see, it began to move. This was 2011, 2012. It was going $10, 2012. Are you seeing? It kept on going. It became 100. So if you see the way the price has been going, it's been incremental, see? Now, I remember this was when I came into the crypto space. Now, in 2016, see one thing about lack of knowledge. I heard about cryptocurrency in 2016, but I did not get involved, Back then, my brother was like, oh, wow, there's a new tech in town. I was like, oh, those Ponzi stuff. So I wrote it off. I wasn't even interested. But so my brother not even sent me. He started studying his stuff, learning about the whole crypto stuff. I mean, I didn't really care. So I went for service in 2017, and there was this advert that was always in my face. Luno advert was always in my face. I was like, oh, this Luno advert. They were always preaching Bitcoin all the time. So I had to install a Luno wallet at the time. I installed a Luno wallet, but I didn't buy anything. It was just there on my phone. So 2018, I was in my house, and then someone from school now chatted me up from Facebook and was like, Vicky, I hope you are doing crypto. I was like, what's that one again? He said, you're not doing crypto. I said, I'm not though. It was like, you are dulling yourself. Oh, yeah, let's come to WhatsApp and talk. That's why I went to WhatsApp. And then he added me to his group. I started making me attend all his classes. I was teaching everything about crypto. And I was like, wow, it's not good though. Ignorance is not good though. Or trying to conclude. I'm happy that everybody that shared their story had a particular notion and then the notion changed. That's why I believe before you conclude on anything, always have conclude based on information that you have, not based on assumed knowledge. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge, my pastor will say. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. So it was in 2018 and I came into the space and I started learning a lot, and I was like, wow. So look at the price as of 2018. The price then 6,000, 5,000, 8,000. It kept on going up and down. So as of 2019, now I started buying crypto in 2019. I got my first crypto job in 2019 too, as a social media manager. My first salary was $100. Trust me, it was a big deal. So they used to pay 2,000 naira to manage social media. I earned my first $100. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. My first major gig then was 55K that I earned. I'm being plain here because I want you guys to see how I worked my own journey. My first major gig was back then. That was outside crypto. It was 55K. I did a ghostwriting job for a client, and they paid 55K to write a book for him. That was like any major money I had made. And then I made money from Fiverr. I made $80 on Fiverr back then. Before I now said crypto now became my thing. I said, okay, please. I had to divorce. I divorced Web2. That is, everything wasn't crypto, and then became crypto full time in 2018. In 2019, I got my first job, and then, of course, started trading too. Started trading too in 2019. Then 2029 happened. That was the time of the lockdown, and people were everywhere I look at, people had this wrongest notion about crypto, and I had to start making videos. That was how my YouTube channel now had value. But when I created a YouTube channel, I didn't really have a lot going on there. But then I started putting my videos there, and people started finding my videos, and it was giving them value too. So this is how we got here. So Bitcoin now, the essence is serving. That's my story, and that's how we got to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency. But then, how come we now have, we looked at that coin market cap. We actually have over 2 million cryptocurrencies right now. And sincerely, I'm shocked because that we have that number of cryptocurrencies because as of last bull market, 2021, 2020, we didn't have to make crypto. We had just about 20,000 listed here. Now, this is not even the number of cryptocurrencies in total, because this is only accounting for the ones on exchanges, like on most centralized exchanges. If you go to platforms like DeFi Llama and all those platforms, you'll see even much more cryptocurrencies that are not even listed here. So now, what happened? How come we have this many cryptocurrencies? Now, the blockchain technology itself is a tech that these cryptos are built on. And I like to explain the blockchain like a country or a state. If in a state, imagine, I don't know which part of the world you guys are, maybe in Enugu, Lagos, South Africa, just imagine where you are. It was an empty land, and that empty land was blockchain. And the first person came there and built the first town, which is the Bitcoin. But then Bitcoin was just for buying and selling. there wasn't a lot you could do with it. And the tech was so large. So people started exploring, what can we do with this plot of land? The land is plenty. So people started exploring that, we can actually build applications or build more solutions, more industry. Now, I'm using the land scenario now. So that one I betted coins like cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, all those things, because people were trying to find a problem and create solutions for them. So Ethereum was created to be able to enable building of applications. The way we have your apps, the apps you can install from your App Store or your Play Store, Ethereum was built for that. So Bitcoin was left as an exchange, like a form of like your official money, like buy, sell. Just, I want a laptop. Take how much is it? Or let me give you Bitcoin. Give me laptop. That was what Bitcoin was for. But Ethereum came in, I was like, okay, we can have applications. You get? We can have apps, and we can build on it. People started building different kind of applications on Ethereum, and then also they wanted to also solve the problem of transfer. The more people were getting to know about about cryptocurrencies, the more transaction was becoming expensive. It was not becoming expensive for ordinary human being to buy. Imagine you want to buy something and then use it. The fee you are paying is even much more higher than what you want to even buy. So other blockchains started coming out as solutions and all of that. So that's what led to having 2 million plus cryptocurrencies, because of problem, solution, problem, solution. Remember, making money is a total sum of finding a problem and solving it. If you can find a problem and solve it for that person, you make money. So same thing in the crypto space. Problems are coming out, people were solving it, and it was leading to creation of different kind of cryptocurrency just to solve those problems. And that's how tech is. That's just like how AI came out because of what, we're trying to make life easier. We have things like airplanes today. We have what do they call it? We have all manner of tech today, and more tech are going to come out because of what? We are trying to solve problems. So that's how we have lots of cryptocurrencies. And that is even where the jobs and the careers come in. Because these cryptocurrencies cannot exist in themselves. They need people that know how to build them. So if you're going to get a skill, you start looking at high value skills. Don't just go and learn anything. It's just like some people that can do pencil drawing. Pencil drawing is good though. But in the long run, you literally begging me. For me, I like to be very practical. I love to I can admire pencil drawing, but you have to also look at how can I use my pencil drawing in this day and age of tech. If I do pencil drawing and you're not into things like NFT, leveraging tech, and all of those things, you just end up being that art person that makes money once in a while. So if you don't have a network of rich people that can buy your art, because what's about art is only appreciated by rich people because they have the funds to spare to have to appreciate things like that. So that's why we have all this number of cryptocurrencies. So I don't know if anyone have a question for me at this point, or can I just continue? Anyone have a question for me at this point? Anybody have a question for me? Or you guys can't hear me?
I can hear you, Ma, but at this point, I don't have any question.
All right, fine. Okay, so just basically introduction, right? We have a long way to go, and it promises to be even more interesting. Especially when we start getting to the money making part. I would like to show you guys even the there's so many airdrops in this period, so many airdrops, right? I'm going to talk about is it easier to do all those mining ones, but what about all those ecosystem ones and all of that? So you don't you know what to do, and you can participate and stuff. Okay, so that's cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is digital money. You can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, but it has value. And the value of cryptocurrency is based on the value that human beings give it. If there's no community, there's no value. That's what about the crypto space. Every token today that has value. The reason why Bitcoin is worth over 40K today is because of the people that believe in it, people that bought it, people that are storing it. If everybody decides to sell all their Bitcoin today, Bitcoin will lose its value. It's as simple as that. So cryptocurrency is as valuable as the amount of community who believe in the vision of that cryptocurrency. That's why we have some cryptocurrencies doing well and others are not doing well. Now, we have some very good cryptocurrencies, but not doing well because funds are not entering the cryptocurrency. And that's even, we're going to get some terminologies and stuff. I'm going to do some examples here. So now, the blockchain itself, let me explain the blockchain technology itself. Now, what exactly is the blockchain tech? Just like the name says, blockchain, like as far, we have blocks. I don't know if you've ever seen, of course you should have seen, where they are building houses. You have blocks. You don't have cement inside, in between each blocks, holding the blocks together. That's how the blockchain is. A block containing information, will now have a chain, putting those blocks together. And then when there's a confirmation, the information is passed. There's a whole plenty technical jargon behind all of that thing. But that's the tech behind the cryptocurrencies. Now we have the matter of all the blockchain, like blockchain, a general definition of the blockchains. But then we now have different kinds of blockchain in the space. I like to keep my class very, 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 very simple. If not, start looking into things like permission blockchain, permissionless blockchain, and all of those things, public blockchain, private blockchain. But that's going to be like in the next class. But then let's look at blockchains based on ecosystem. Let's look at it based on ecosystem. I think we have some of them here. So I don't know if now there are now we have the Bitcoin blockchain, we have the Ethereum blockchain, we have different Cardano blockchain, we have Tron blockchain, different kind of blockchain. And like I said before, these blockchains came out because there's one problem. Now, Tron was one of the blockchains that came out that became popular in the last bull run because they made last bull run and even the last two bull runs or the last two bear markets, because they made things like USDT easier. In fact, Nigerians, for example, were able to, it became very easier for them to do things like peer-to-peer, like buy and sell to each other because of USDT. Now, we have now in the space, in the crypto space, we have what we call tokens, and we have coins and tokens. We have coins and tokens, so you don't mix it up. So what is the difference? Coins are the native cryptocurrency of an ecosystem, while tokens are the cryptocurrencies of individual projects. Did that make sense? Did that make sense? Are you guys with me?
Yes, ma'am.
What I said now, did it make sense? Or should I explain it further?
Yes, I would like you to explain it further. I didn't really get this point.
Okay. Now we have, when it comes to cryptocurrency, we have two major types actually. We have the coins and we have the tokens. Now the coins are native cryptocurrency. What am I native? Let me use for example now Solana. In Solana ecosystem now, Solana itself is a coin. But now Solana ecosystem is housing other projects. There are other projects that are built on Solana. And those projects that are built on Solana, when they have a token, their cryptocurrencies are now called tokens and not a coin. Do you get? The main cryptocurrency of the ecosystem is a coin. But if the projects come and build on that ecosystem and launch their own cryptocurrency, it's not called a token. Is that simple enough?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I got it.
Yeah, for example, now look at here. This is Solana ecosystem now. Solana is the coin because of what? Is the cryptocurrency of the ecosystem. But now this Helium Helium is built on Solana. That makes it that the cryptocurrency of the project now is a token and not a coin. So you don't mix it up. Tokens and coins, they are two different things. And then, so now other categories now, I've mentioned that we have different blockchains. And now it's important to know, now we have so many blockchains coming out every day, right? Now, like I said, each of them are solving one problem or the other. For example, now Solana, ever since Ethereum blockchain is the first major blockchain that came out and enabled people to build applications on them. Let me see if I can find that Ethereum blockchain down here. So, but then Solana came out and said, Ethereum became too expensive. Trust me, in 2021, people are paying up to $100 as transaction fee. I mean, I'm not doing again, because I remember when I used to pay less than $1 as a transaction fee. I used to pay less than $1 for transaction fee. And then all of a sudden, it became $50. Why would I pay $50? I might buy token. If I buy token now, that $50 I would have used to buy token. I'm using pay fees. So I stayed away. It became a game of like very rich people. So, but then Solana came out and said, let's build a blockchain that will be cheap, fast. Now, the blockchain has three major challenges. It's what we call the blockchain trilemma. It has three major challenges. And that challenges is what? One, and most times, blockchains might not be able to solve the three of them at once. One of them is decentralization. Like, in the definition of blockchain, it's supposed to be decentralized, immutable, distributed. What do I mean? In crypto space, one person is not supposed to control the blockchain. That's a rule. And that's one of the advantages. That's what that's how it beats the government of today. That's why it has more advantage over the government of today. That's why he said the tech can help us do better voting system, whereby people cannot manipulate the system. Because the blockchain itself cannot be manipulated. The only thing you can manipulate is probably the smart contract that is built on the blockchain itself. But the blockchain itself cannot be manipulated. It's what we call immutable. Immutable means that anything that you do on the blockchain can never be changed. It becomes permanent. That's why you need to be careful. You need to be very, very, very careful when you're using cryptocurrencies. Don't send crypto from Binance to Tron, Binance to Cardano, Binance to Solana. You will lose your money. You can't recover it. So, because you can't reverse transactions on the crypto space are not reversible. They are not reversible. So that's one thing you should always have at the back of your mind. So you should always cross-check, double-check everything you're doing, every transaction you're doing in the crypto space, because it is not reversible. It's not a Nigerian bank. You can fight somebody to return your money back. So, but yeah, we're having smarter platforms. For example, that's what we call EVM, Ethereum EVM compatibility. Now, in the past, you can't send a token from Ethereum to Binance because they were not compatible. But over time, they'll be able to make them compatible in the sense that, I don't know, how many of you have noticed that your wallet, your Trust wallet, your MetaMask has one address? Like if you're looking at your Ethereum and your Binance, look at it that the address is the same. How many of you have noticed it? How many of you have noticed it? Hope you guys can still hear me. So I'm not looking like this.
We can hear you. I think I've noticed it.
Yes. So that's what we call Ethereum virtual machine compatibility. So now it's not all blockchains that are like that, but there are some blockchains that are Ethereum compatible. Because they're compatible with Ethereum, it means that if you're using maybe a wallet, you can use one address and not lose your funds. But for a completely different an ecosystem that is not compatible, Ethereum compatible, if you send your funds to an Ethereum that's incompatible with Ethereum, you will lose your funds. So that's why you should always never assume that an ecosystem is compatible with Ethereum. So that's why sometimes if you look at which address will I use now? Solana address is not the same thing. Solana address and Ethereum address is not the same thing. That's why their wallet is different. Their wallet is different and the address is different. You have to use a Solana wallet to receive this thing. Or even if you are going to receive it in a normal wallet, you must copy the address of a Solana address, and you can't use the Ethereum address. But if it's Binance is Ethereum compatible, you can, let's say it mistakenly happens, you will not lose your fund because of what? Binance is EVM compatible. Now, I'm not saying you should now be careless with this. Always cross-check. Always make sure you copy the address and use it. Always copy the address and confirm it and then use. So that explains that. So we have we actually have a curriculum that I'm working with to make sure I don't miss anything. This is a really vast area. I'm gonna try not to mix a lot of this up. So, like in the next class, we're going to start with the buying and selling, use of exchanges, and all those plenty stuff. How to buy and sell, how to create your wallet, and all of that. Okay, now before I even go further into any of those things, let's talk about the consensus mechanisms. Now, let me see if I can browse something. Now, what is consensus? Consensus means one thing: agreement. Agreement, right? That's in English, it means agreement. Now let's look at the types of consensus that we have, consensus mechanism that we have. We have what we call proof of stake, proof of work, proof of history, all manner of proofs in the crypto space. But now look at this here. So this is like a table format. Can you guys see this? Is that all of them as the one PSF? Okay, there are different kind of proofs. Now, the two popular consensus mechanism is proof of work and proof of stake. Now, this is like a mechanism that helps blockchains work better. Like I said, consensus means agreements. So, on what agreement is this blockchain running? For example, now, according to this table now, proof of work means what? Now, do you know how Bitcoin happens? See how Bitcoin happens. Bitcoin has a limited supply of 21 million. No, not more than 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. That is why the price have the mind to reach 69K as of last bull run. And in this coming bull run, that price is going to triple. So you're going to be seeing Bitcoin at over $100,000 before this bull market is over. Do you get? Why? Because I'm going to explain all of these things later. Things like tokenomics, because all of you guys can buy token. You want to look at tokenomics. You wonder why your token is not moving. It's because if you don't look at the tokenomics of a coin, if I first say coin, the quantity and supply is a simple economic something. The more something is in circulation, the lesser the value. The more something is available, lesser the value. So Bitcoin will always become expensive because there's only 21 million of it available. So imagine in the whole Nigeria alone has over 200 million people. Don't talk about other parts of the world. So, but we have 21 million Bitcoin. So it becomes harder to even buy. If you have 0.01 Bitcoin, you are balling, right? So it's becoming harder and harder and harder to even own a Bitcoin as price goes up. Now, proof of work involves what we call what do they call that thing again? Mining, solving complex mathematics. Me, I don't even like math. I don't even like math. But before, how will I put it now? Now, how many of us have heard of, let me use this to explain this now. How many of us have heard of halving? The halving is coming, Bitcoin halving is coming, Bitcoin halving is coming.
Yes, I think I've heard about it. It says around before April or so.
Yes. So Bitcoin halving is coming. What does it mean? It means that there are people around the world. Remember we said that the cryptocurrency space is decentralized. That means there are computer nodes, different computers across the world that are initiating, making sure that this mining of Bitcoin is happening. Now, what if one of the computers shut down? The others will continue because there are so many of them that one person cannot that's what we call overtake, cannot come and say, I have control. That's what it's called decentralized. Now, these people now, they're making sure that the transactions you put out there are being confirmed. So what you're paying is gas fee. Those fees you're paying actually goes to people that maintain the network. It's not going to the thin air. Those fees that you're paying whenever you are using any blockchain at all are going to like the blockchains, like people that are different parts of the world that are maintaining these things. So when you initiate a transaction, these nodes, these computers, of course, they're mostly like automatic, right? It's not like people are actually like literally sitting down and taking millions of stuff. It's computer based, it's code that's actually causing it. But excuse me, these codes have been put into action and they are doing all of this stuff. So now, there's what we call block reward. When you when a miner, there's the mathematics that comes out, miners rush to solve that math. When they solve the math is very complex. When they solve the math, they get a block reward. Now, as of last bull run, the block reward was 12 points. I think it was 12.6 or so. So now, at halving, that block reward will be slashed into half. Now, that block reward, that 12 Bitcoin they get per complex math they solve, is what they use to sustain themselves, like electricity. To maintain all these machines is very expensive. There are different mining centers in the world, and they're usually located in places that have very good electricity. I think we have a few in Nigeria, but they're usually located in like areas, maybe GRA areas that have consistent light because it needs electricity to run. So now, anybody that solves the mathematics gets that block reward. Now that block reward was slashed last bull run. That was in 2020. Was slashed to 6 points. Now this year, that same block reward will now be slashed again. That's what's called halving. And this what even limits. This halving makes it very hard for plenty of Bitcoin to be available at once. Do you get? Because it's like limiting the supply that comes in. So before halving and after halving, there'll be a little market shake. You're going to see it. It'll be as if market is trying to like adjust. So you won't start seeing profit immediately. The bull run will not even kick off like plenty like after halving immediately. It's like maybe a month or two after halving when the miners have balanced well, have been able to adjust to the new money, their new reward they are getting, and able to adjust their lifestyle to make sure that is enough for them to manage electricity and all the things that they are spending to maintain all of these things. So that's halving. Halving means the slashing of the block reward that miners get to maintain the network. and that's also like proof of work, right? Proof of work means this is the reward I got for doing a work, for solving a complex solution, mathematics. Now, proof of stake. Now, this is what's now reading now, staking. How many of us are staking any coin at all? Are you staking any coin anywhere? How many of us are staking anything at all? Like you're staking something like.
Yes, I think I've staked when I was farming some airdrops.
Yes, I'm going to even explain when we get to airdrop. I'm going to explain why you need to stake this period, because stakers are the ones cashing out these days. Oh, sincerely. Okay, so now proof of stake means you no longer have to wait for the advantage between proof of stake has over proof of work is that miners have to confirm transactions, and sometimes if you notice there, this is another question I want to ask. Have anybody sent money? Have you tried to send money from your wallet and you will see slow, medium, fast? Has anybody seen that? Like you want to send money from you want to withdraw money from your wallet to another wallet or exchange, you are seeing slow, medium, fast. That's the gas fee you want to pay. That's the slow, medium. So those things are like the easy fee you are paying. So if you choose slow, it means that the people that are approving, that are confirming your transaction, they will not prioritize your transaction. So you're saying that you want.
Listen, does it have anything to do with slippage?
No, slippage is different. Slippage has to do with decentralized exchanges. We'll get to that. Slippage has to do with like the smart contract and all of those things. That has to do with how fast your trade, you can slip through. Can slip through the mechanism of the centralized exchange. Now, but this one has to do with confirmation time, transaction time on the blockchain. So if you pay the median fee, it means that you are in line. The queue, the queue is shorter. You just before you know it, you have been confirmed. There was a time that it takes longer time. As of that 2020 time when Ethereum became very, very congested, it will take a lot of time for something to get for a transaction to get confirmed. And if you want to get confirmed, you mean that you have to pay higher gas fee for a transaction to get confirmed. But then with proof of stake now, that sort of solves the problem somehow. So that was why Ethereum had to upgrade in 2020. They had to upgrade. It took them 2 years to upgrade between 2020 and 2022. They upgraded from proof of work to proof of stake to be able to increase all those things, increase all this like transaction time and all of those things, and it's even making more decentralized. It means that we have a lot of validators. People can become validators. Individuals can become validators if you have a particular amount of tokens staked, amount of coins staked. You can be able to approve transactions and all of those things, and also earn reward, because people that are staking, they earn reward from staking too. So the more stakes, the more validators in a blockchain, the more decentralized that blockchain is. The more staked tokens or staked coins of a blockchain, the more you can even push the price of that token up, because people are not selling. Instead, they're making the blockchain stronger. But then, the disadvantage of this proof of stake is that somebody can so that have too much money, can gather everything, can just seize all the fees and have centralized control. Maybe have one major validator and enjoying all the fees, because the more staked coins is more reward you will enjoy. So all of that, there are different benefits and all of those things. So there are different mechanisms that actually guide. There are different proof of authority, proof of importance, there's even proof of history. And Solana now works with proof of history. That explanation is not here. So so that's like an idea into what consensus mechanism is. There are lots of them. So, and then next thing we have is, now, how does crypto apply to a real life scenario? Can anybody try this answer? How do we use crypto in real life? Because we have application of the blockchain technology. Now, what you should always notice is that the crypto is one of the applications of the blockchain. You know, when people think about crypto, they get limited to the crypto, but crypto is just one application of the blockchain. So can anybody just give a trial? Like, what are the applications of crypto? How can we use blockchain in real life? What solution does it bring for us? So who can give it a trial?
You can use crypto for purchases.
Okay, that's crypto.
Then
But what about
Are you talking about crypto or blockchain?
the blockchain? Crypto is one application of blockchain. So what are other applications of the blockchain? What does it solve for us in the real life?
Well, I would say blockchain.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead.
All right. I'll say blockchain, maybe our data or like data. What I mean by data is like the social media now. Everything we post, we can't really vouch that they are safe. Our data can be shared or can be sold out. But then blockchain is another method that can keep that thing safe, like data privacy and all that for us.
Awesome. That's a very good use case of the blockchain, actually. I can't wait for social fights to really become a thing, because trust me, I don't tire for our Facebook them. Anyways, that's a very good example of application of the blockchain. The other person was mentioning crypto. Yes, payments. Yeah, but that's where crypto is. But then beyond crypto, there are other solutions that the blockchain offers, like he mentioned, data privacy. Do you know that the time that you are spending on Instagram and Facebook, that you are enriching the people that made Facebook and Instagram? How many of you know that? And you're not making any money from it. How many of you are aware that for every time you spend on Facebook, the owner is making more money? Guys talking now so that I don't know, I'm not alone.
Yes, I think I know. I've heard about that before.
So that's why I like blockchain. I cannot wait for all the solutions that come out sincerely. So how does I even? Let me give you guys. We'll soon round up for today, and then subsequently we're going to prepare for the next class for another day. Let me even tell people how that thing even works, so that you start maximizing your time. If you are on social media, make sure somehow it's helping your life, or you're learning something, or somehow, because social media was meant to just keep you engaged. You think you're having fun and you're connecting with your friends, family, of course, but you are the product. What do I mean? So they built. I'm not trying to make them look bad. I'm just saying that's how it is. So, for example, now you're using social media, you're connecting with your friends or family, and then an advert shows up. In fact, there was a day I opened my Facebook and I realized that this was tracking all my apps, including all my banking apps. Like, I could see the history in my Facebook. I was so shocked. So now, have you ever felt like it's as if social media is reading your mind? You are thinking of a clothes. All of a sudden, an advert shows up and it's a clothes. Who has it happened to?
Yeah, it happens. It happens to me every time on Twitter.
Exactly. Do you know why it happens like? It's as if they are reading your mind. It's what we call the algorithm. They built in such a way that your activities online will tell them what you are thinking and what your preferences are, so that they cannot run adverts in line with what you are thinking and what your preferences are. So as a business person now comes and pays them money, pay them money to show you their adverts based on your preferences and likes. So the more you are on social media, the more you are telling the owner of social media what you like, where you like to spend your time, the kind of thing that you like to do. So that's why there's no data privacy. So your data is out there. Do you get? Your information is out there. They are manipulating. They cannot use it anyhow they want. And some of these people sell your data. Sell your data to very large company. And you don't even know. You know, we don't really read terms and conditions in this country. If you read terms and conditions, you cannot fight the company. All we need to tell them, you, okay, go and read the terms and conditions. If you read terms and conditions, you realize that you actually agreed that they should use your data and do whatever they like. That's what our blockchain will solve, really, because you can choose to sell your data or not. And you can choose to make money from your data. Because now, you're not making money. They're just making money from your activities. For example, now you like somebody's post. Because you like that post, they will begin to show you more of that post. You know, install app on your phone, a bank app on your phone. That's you install an app.
Just like I watched a particular car on YouTube, then throughout Facebook for that day, I was seeing that car as an advert.
Exactly. So they're using your activities to give you advert, and then they're making money from that advert. So this is how social media actually works. But blockchain is coming to solve that, you know, through SocialFi and all of those things, whereby your data is yours to control. Whereby if you want to, you can make money. Like now that you're on Facebook now, everything you're doing on Facebook should be paying you money. Because imagine the owner of Facebook is so rich, but you that is the user of the Facebook, you're not making any money unless you are running a business. And even that business you are running, you have to go through to that nail to get even 100 people to see your posts. You post picture about yourself, you get 100 likes. You post picture about your business, you get only 2 likes. Do you get? All these things are systems set in place to make sure that you go the extra mile and pay extra money to get your stuff seen by more people. But blockchain is coming to solve that, like with SocialFi, whereby if you put out something out there, you'll be able to make some money back. Even though your information is out there, because it's supposed to be a shared reward system. They make money, you also make money too. That makes it a fair system, right? So that's part of what blockchain is doing. Data privacy, rewarding you for your activities and all of those things. That's one solution. We have another application. We have application like our voting system in this part of the world, whereby you have proof. They say you don't have proof. Now imagine if a system, they say no evidence because evidence can be tampered with. But with blockchain, you can't tamper with that evidence. In fact, you don't even need to log, you don't even need to go anywhere. There and there, you can decide who won the election or not. You can't manufacture results from the moon and showcase and all of those things. So with blockchain, that too can be solved. Another thing it solves is also education. It solves education credibility. You know, I remember when I had to go and I was registering for my master's, and I had to travel all the way back to River State to go and get to apply for my transcripts and do all those plenty stuff. And it was the whole back and forth of travel just to do that. Because of what? They cannot even give me the transcript by myself because the school I'm going to will not agree that I don't tamper with the transcript. So I have to go there, they will mail it to the school and all those stuff. But with the blockchain, because the blockchain has integrity, and every data on the blockchain is trusted, because you can't edit anything on the blockchain, you can't change whatever has entered the blockchain. It helps to build integrity in the education system. So if someone tells you that they have all true, you know it is true because of what's on the blockchain. So you don't have to travel back and forth just because you want to get the transcripts. So there's so many solutions, even down to it can make our agriculture this thing better, easier, faster. Like there's so many solutions that are coming out today. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, I can hear you.
I got kicked out. Hey, well, sorry. What was that thing you heard? What was that thing you heard? We'll be ending in the next few minutes. What last thing you heard, please?
You're still talking about application of blockchain. There are so many.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's so many applications, so many solutions you can bring. And today, so I always advise people to evolve with time, learn as much as possible, find your place in that, because like I said earlier at the beginning, the amount of money you are going to make this year is going to be tied to the amount of information you have. That was why I felt so out of touch, just because I said, let me just stay low-key for now. My low-key paid, like it dealt with me, because by the time I came out of my low-key and got connected back to what's happening, a lot of things have gone under the bridge, and I had to start reconnecting with narratives, what's happening in the system and stuff. So don't be that person. Don't spend more time on like just like I've explained what happens on Facebook. Now you know that if you're spending time on social media, make sure it's benefiting you. If I'm on Twitter, whenever I'm on Twitter, it means that I'm learning from people that are sharing information. I'm looking out for projects. I'm looking out for what's going on, what's happening, like how can I benefit? Because you can't know it all. It's not possible. Because now that we have 2 million tokens, how you won't take research all of them? Last Buron, it was easier to find a good token that can do well. But these days, only you cannot do that research. Only you cannot do that research. It's not possible. Unless you don't want to eat food. Otherwise, it's going to be red. You're going to spend all your day, like you're going to be so worn out. So that's why you can't rely on your own information alone. You need reliable information sources. That's why I use, if you go to my Instagram, sorry, not Instagram. Yeah, my Instagram too is there too. But if you go to my Twitter, you're going to see, okay, it's my ex. That X is just weird, Shabo. If you go to my X handle, I have bookmarks. Every time I stumble on a thread that's making sense, I save it. I have my list. I arrange, every time I see a handle of a person that shares reasonable information, I save it. Like, so whenever I come to Twitter, I'm not buried with, if I see someone that's talking rubbish on my handle, I block you, I mute you. I remove you. If I'm mistakenly unfriended you before, if I'm mistakenly added as a friend before, I unfriend you. So I make sure that I come to my Twitter, all I'm seeing is what's only crypto activities that can benefit me. So, because nobody is an island of knowledge, there are lots of people there that have more time than even you have. They are doing this research. So maximize their research. I'm going to share some handles. There's some people I follow on Twitter. They share a lot of like alphas all the time. But that does not mean that if they tell you to buy Jack, you can't buy the Jacko. Because trust me, these people are influencers and they've been paid to share. So what I do is I follow their narratives. Not necessarily, I follow their narratives and their airdrops. Not necessarily the token that they're saying to go and buy. Because most of the times, tokens are trying to buy. A project have paid them money to tell you to buy that crypto. And you go and buy. Then they don't spend any money to buy that crypto. And they will not dump on you. See, if I tell you what's happening, if I tell you the negative side story of this space, it will help you to stay on alert and know what to identify and stay with. Because sincerely, just like Ponzi schemes, MMM and the rest, those kind of Ponzi schemes also exist in crypto space. But that does not mean the fact that that's the bad means that there's a good side, right? Somebody trying to corrupt the good side. That's why I'm trying to show you what is the good and how to identify the bad, so that you can still maximize what is available. So I think I've shared a lot of information today. But next class, we're going to look at my curriculum. Excuse me. So for next class, we're looking into different types of cryptocurrencies itself. We're going to look into crypto wallets, centralized exchanges like Binance, Coin, Message Change. We're going to look into things like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, all of those things. Then we're going to look into airdrops and burner wallets. And then we're going to look into chains. Like, I touched it small today, but we're going to look into them deeper, like Solana now. How do you maximize Solana blockchain? Because trust me, Solana blockchain is one blockchain that will give you airdrop this season. So if you're not positioned, let me even tell you guys, let me even show you guys one system. Let me show you guys That'll be last time I'll show you guys before we drop away. This app I'm loading now is called Camino Finance. Excuse me. Camino Finance is one of the applications I built on Solana blockchain. And they're going to do airdrop. They're going to do airdrop and they're going to reward their, wow, more people are even staking, Jesus. They're going to reward, now, they launched their points just last week, their point system. Their airdrop, they will just airdrop to you based on your point. So this is my chickening points that I have. This is my chickening points that I have like this. So we're going to look into all of this. Sorry? What do you say?
It's not on display.
You know what?
You are not sharing the screen.
Oh, wow. Stop sharing. I thought it was sharing. No. Bele? Bele. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so
now?
Sorry?
Is it to start from this airdrop?
No, it's not though. They just launched their point system last week. Last week like this. And their point system, they said, see what they even said here. Airdrops. KMNO is coming. Throughout 2024, there will be numerous rounds of airdrop, with each airdrop being bigger than the last. So they said they want to reward their users. Said any point is simple. Use Camino to supply, borrow, provide, whatever. They want to reward their token to the real users. So this is a point system. They gave me this point because I borrowed and I'm just borrowing a little bit of Solana. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to do some of these things, right? That's part of going to be like next class. This class might even take longer time, or just divide it into different days, so that you would have, because this is like one of the major things about this class we are running now. What is trending now and how I can maximize. So you're not late for this. Is to buy Solana. Buy Solana is a long process, for not necessarily long, Sha. Oh, my network. You buy Solana and then you stake it on. You stake it. Then you cannot use it for this borrowing and lending. So just because I staked this $27 worth, not staked per se, I borrowed. You are rewarded for borrowing and lending. So I borrowed and I'm lending. So you gave me this point. So if they were to do airdrop, like what they did with Pyte, for example. What they did with Pyte, for example, they rewarded people and Jito. Jito was because they were people that were using Jito at least 100 points back then. So imagine if this was Jito now for non-cash out. So this is one of those platforms on Solana that is going to reward people. In fact, Jupe is already rewarding people already. And I will get some Jupe airdrop because of what? Because of I used that swap to just swap from one token to the other. So I got a little bit of Jupe. Imagine if I had done more, right? So things like this, artists will start paying attention to this different kind of chains. We have different kind of chains. We have the Celestial chain. We have all those chains. We look into all of these things, and you can ask all your questions. If you have any questions at all, please bring them to these classes and tell your friends to maximize this class. No charge, nothing at all. Value. So if I have a question for today, we're going to call it a day today, and
yes,
I'm going to tell you the dates. All right. Go ahead.
You said that that before the end of this class, you would actually tell us the coin and token to buy.
This class is going to run for 4 weeks, right? It's run for 4 weeks. So when we get there, I will give you some. I said, like I'm going to give you a long list, but I'm going to give you a hint, some hints of what to do, or what to buy. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, please. Can we have like a kind of PDF we can read on it, or can you also help us with like I said, PDF we can read on? Then when is your next class? Because I was just going through my Telegram and I saw this. Okay. I did not even remember about it.
Oh wow! Well, I'm sending email. I sent email.
Hello,
Yes, I'm here. I see I've been sending reminder emails. I don't know if anybody got that email. Did anybody get that email?
I
We have over
didn't receive
100
any
people
email.
listeners, but
I didn't receive any email. I was just scrolling through my
we have
Telegram
over
and I
100 people
saw
in this class.
that the meeting is. I didn't receive any email to that effect.
So, wow.
So I
Let's find
don't
out why
know if I can
that, because over 100 people registered for the class.
so I don't know if I can send you my email directly so that you can enlist me when you are sending your message across.
Sure, no problem. You can drop the mail. So you can drop it in the chat, and I'll just add it to the list. In fact, we have a total of 191 people for this class, and they're nowhere to be found. So
okay, so like I said, sorry to interrupt you. So will it be possible for us to have PDFs on this?
Sure. I can drop PDFs. I can drop links. You can read up stuff.
No, that will really help. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Yeah, question.
That is even the person is something like that state. That's someone wants and someone can
Yeah, question. You can mute yourself.
Okay, I would like to verify this. How do we know authentic airdrops, like airdrops that are real? Because I see a lot of posts on airdrop and all those things. How do you really know a genuine airdrop that is going to work out well? Hello?
We'll get to that in the subsequent class.
Okay, no problem.
Get to the subsequent class. It's part of All right. Any other question? Any other question? Was it simple enough? Can I make it simpler? Was it simple enough? Can I make it simpler?
What you say?
Was the class simple enough? Can I make it?
Sorry, man.
So was the class simple enough? Can I make it much more simpler?
Yes. The class was okay. Although I joined late. I still benefited from the class.
All right. Okay, that's a great feedback. All right, everybody. Thank you for
very much.
your time. I'll drop the dates for the next class. I need to look at my calendar. Next class. So, and then by the 5th week, we're going to have career sessions. We're going to learn how to do career in this place if you want to get a job. So, let's get to put a notification for the group so that you don't miss any notification. If you don't have a notification, it can be easy for you to get any notification on drop here.
Okay.
In the group. So, all right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.